Hey there, Sovereigns. Monica Grace from cardreadingqueen.com here. Today's content is how twin soul mirroring really works and why confused twins interpret it incorrectly. So I'd love to tell you how to get and stay connected. And when you do this, you're able to keep up with me, Monica Grace, and with my website, Card Reading Queen, where you can get free content and free updates. So go to facebook.com/cardreadingqueen, cardreadingqueen.com/YouTube, Instagram.com/cardreadingqueen, Twitter.com/MonicaGraceCRQ, Pinterest.com/cardreadingqueen, dailytwinsoul.tumblr.com, and LinkedIn.com/company/cardreadingqueen. Additionally, any freebies that I mention in this content, you can go to cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. It's a list of all the freebies that I offer through my website, and you can sign up for the ones that are relevant for you. All you have to do is enter your email address. We send you the content for free into your email inbox. So how twin soul mirroring really works and why confused twins interpret it incorrectly. We're going to start with 3 common mirroring mistakes that I see in the twin soul community. So the first mistake is trying to get your twin to leave a spouse, partner, or lover by you yourself choosing to be single. This seems to make a lot of sense, but I'll kind of tell you why it doesn't work. So your twin is not mirroring your physical 3D choices. They are mirroring your 5D energy. So what does it mean when you choose to be single in order to get them to do something? So, and this can apply, it doesn't have to be this exact scenario. It can be anything where you are trying to choose to do something yourself so that you can force them to mirror you. So what is actually going on there? It turns out that if you are doing this, you are trying to control your twin through the 3D. So specifically, if you're choosing to be single in hopes that your twin becomes single, you're really trying to create in the 3D, and it's an element, it's a wounding of control. And basically, in this particular scenario, it's an energy of clinginess, neediness, and that is, so if that's the energy you have, like you're clinging to them, you're needing them, you're trying to like get them to do something. What they're going to do is they're just going to reflect that energy back to you. So they are going to be clingy and needy, not to you, but to their partner. So think about that one. So they're actually going to they're possibly going to commit even more to their relationship. So think about that and notice places where you may have seen that. I have seen this happen in real life as well, where the person, they broke up with somebody, they ended their relationship in hopes that the twin soul would end their relationship, and the twin soul actually just committed to the relationship deeper. So if you have that clinginess or neediness, they are going to then have that clinginess or neediness, and it is just going to show up differently in the 3D choices. So the next example is if you are trying to push somebody out of your twin's life because maybe they are toxic to that person. So, you don't like their roommate, you don't like their best friend, you don't like their parents, you don't like, anybody. It can even be like you don't like their girlfriend, you don't like their kid, whatever it is. So you're trying to say like, I don't want that person in my twin's life, so I am going to unchoose that person and manifest them away. So why does this not work? Kind of similar reasons. So this could be a spouse, family member, friend, could even be a situation. So if you don't like your twin soul's job, for example, you think that it's a toxic job and they are being mistreated there, or you don't like their money situation, and so you're going to try to manifest it away from them. So you're not creating distance between them and the thing that you don't like. You're actually creating distance between you and your twin. Because remember, this is all, this is energy, it's not 3D choices. You make a 3D choice and it shows up in their 3D reality. It's you make a choice we figure out the energy of that choice, then they mirror that energy back. And then it shows up in their 3D choices. So what's happening here is that you're creating distance between you and yourself. And I'll explain why. So one of you is choosing the thing that you don't like. So they're choosing that job, they're choosing that spouse, they're choosing that friend. And then you are trying to reject that same exact thing. So you are rejecting that spouse, rejecting that friend. And all that's creating is an internal war. You're basically rejecting yourself and your choices. So that's going to show up in your twin soul relationship as rejection of self. So your twin is going to actually continue to reject you even harder than they were rejecting you before. So, and this is again true with spouses, but it's true with a lot of other situations as well. So think about this. How can you reject the people that your twin cares about and create conflict rather than peace with those people? And in doing so, attract your twin if your twin is you. It actually doesn't make sense. It's just you're rejecting, because you're rejecting your own choices, basically. So that's why that doesn't work. And it definitely seems like it would work, but it doesn't. So the third mistake is it's a more straightforward one. Basically choosing your twin so that they will choose you. And so this can show up in many ways. It could just be like energetically you've chosen your twin, and you're like, why are they not choosing me? It could also be that you're like reaching out to them, trying to contact them, trying to hang out with them, trying to manifest them, you keep trying to like run into them or spend time with them, and you're confused because it just keeps maybe repelling them. So what's happening is it's kind of similar to the first one. Again, this is kind of like a clingy energy. In some cases, it could be a bit of a stalkerish energy. And by you clinging to them, it's only going to kind of force them to choose aloofness. And so then what's happening there is you're really just trying to take their energy. So there's something inside you that you are not providing to yourself. So you're trying to take it from your twin soul. Now, when you try to take something from your twin soul, they're actually going to block that for like partly for discipline. So that's part of it. And it's to help you better love yourself because they're supposed to be your mirror. But on an energetic level, if you try to take something that you consider outside of you, you can't take that thing from yourself, basically. And I'll explain that in more detail later. So in all of these examples, you may have gotten kind of a theme here. And it's really that the twin soul mirroring is all about energy, not about 3D choices. So here's how you shift that energy. So the biggest problem is that you're trying to create something in the 3D through your actions. And what you need to do is you need to shift your energy in the 5D, and that is what will be reflected back to you. So if you make a choice in the 3D, what happens is it gets translated as energy to the 5D. And then that's mirrored in your twin soul. And then it's comes back down in the same energy in their 3D. And so what happens is the 3D can actually look very different for these two twins, but it's the energy that's the same. So it's the energy, the healing, and then also the wounding that's the same, but it can manifest itself as different situations, different things in the physical, but ultimately that choice is the same. So a lot of people think that you make a choice in the 3D, your twin makes that same choice. They don't understand that it actually goes to the 5D as energy, then gets mirrored, then comes back down to the 3D, and can just be it could be almost any other situation. So like, that's why you can choose to be single. But if you're not choosing that for yourself, if you're choosing to be single to try to control your twin, it could be that they're going out and like hooking up with everyone under the sun. And so you could have those two situations because the energy for both people and the energy that's getting mirrored is actually like a clinginess, a neediness, like an unworthiness of love. And unworthiness of love can manifest itself in many different ways. So, it goes up to the 5D. It then appears again in the 3D on their end in divine timing. The twin soul mirroring, it's really if you recognize something in your twin, it also exists within you on an energetic level, though. So if you see something in your twin that is, let's say they're going out and hooking up with everybody. You could be like, why are they doing that? I'm not going out and hooking up with anybody. But what's happening there is you have to take what you're seeing and then you have to translate it to energy. So maybe they're hooking up with everybody and the energy of that is they don't really value themselves. They don't feel worthy. So then you bring that over to yourself and you say, where do I not feel worthy? You can also look at that. This is kind of a more direct way to look at the energy, but you can look at that like, oh, they're hooking up with everybody. That makes me feel unworthy. So then you can do it that way too. So you can then see that like, this is making you feel unworthy, so I'm going to heal that for myself. All right. So beyond the twin soul mirroring, you can expand that. If you recognize something in anyone, it also exists within you. So your twin soul is your perfect mirror in many ways, but if you're not in contact with them, you will still see that mirror. And it really comes down to the energy is getting mirrored in the 5D. So you're still seeing that in other people. So it's like these other people could still trigger you, basically. So let's talk about how this applies to the 3 common twin soul challenges I talked about earlier. So the first one is that your twin soul is in another relationship and you'd like to release that relationship from your union. And listen to how I'm saying this. I'm not saying you want to manifest this person away. I'm saying you want to release the energy of that relationship in your union. So you're understanding that you and your twin soul are on the same team, and this is a pattern that you need to heal. So your twin is attracted to their spouse, partner, or lover because they're attracted to the lie of the relationship. So you need to look at what does that relationship represent to them and how are they prioritizing that thing over love. Basically, they're prioritizing something over their true heart and their true love, which is you. So some examples could be security, status, even just familiarity. Like some people just don't like change. It could be their children, their money, the location, other friendships or relationships. So maybe they have great in-laws, or maybe they have like this group of friends that they don't want to lose. And it could be many of these things at once. So you kind of need to look at like, well, what does this relationship or marriage represent to my twin? And you can do this as well by just saying, why do I think they're still married to that person? So like, oh, they really seem to value money. This person makes more money than me, so that's why they're in the relationship. And so then that could be true. It could not be. It actually doesn't matter because whatever you see is yours to heal. So then you would go to yourself and say, where am I choosing money over love? Or where, or you can go deeper than that. Maybe you're not choosing money over love. Maybe the money is just like security. So where am I choosing security over love? And then you heal that within yourself and you'll see it reflected in your twin soul. If you don't see it reflected in the twin soul, by the way, that may be a false twin. So if you're not seeing that mirroring, it may that's not your twin, and that's okay. So look at what the relationship represents to your twin soul, heal it within yourself. You can look at what the relationship represents to you as well. It's all the same thing. So, if you think you can do it either way, basically. You can look at, what does it represent to them? you don't need any information from them to come up with that. Or you can say, like, what does it represent to me? The second challenge is your twin soul is spending time with someone that you don't like or that you believe is toxic to them and your union. So basically, if they are doing this, that toxicity is also within your union. They may be attracted to a family member, lover, or friend, but they are really attracted to the toxic pattern of the relationship. So what you have to do is create peace with all your twins people energetically. It doesn't mean you have to be friends with them. You don't have to be friends with their spouse. You don't have to put up with any toxicity yourself. It just means you need to heal the conflicts that you have with those people. You choose to heal that pattern within yourself and within your own relationships. So one example of this is a person, like let's say your twin soul has a lot of friendships with people, and those people are constantly just like ragging on your twin. Like they're teasing him, they're kind of mean about it, and you don't like that. But your twin doesn't seem to have an issue with it. So what you actually need to do is you need to heal that within yourself. So why is their teasing bothering you? And if they were teasing you, why would that bother you? And so then you'll probably come up with like, I've been bullied in the past, or like I've experienced people just ragging on me before for no reason. And it could even be like, my core value is that we are kind to everybody. And so what you would do is you heal that within yourself. And then what's going to happen is either that relationship between your twin soul and their friends or family member or whoever is going to improve. And basically that toxicity is going to be eradicated, because maybe your friend said, or maybe your twin says, hey guys, like, can you guys stop? Like, this isn't funny for me anymore. It's hurting my feelings. So maybe you'll see that and the friends are like, oh, sorry, like I didn't know that this was upsetting you. Or it may be that your twin just gets tired of that relationship, and so they start to divest their energy from that relationship. So either of those solutions work. And for you, I think either is a win, because you will then, like, if that person is not teasing your twin anymore, then you shouldn't have any distance between them. So that should bring you peace as well, if they are treating your twin and yourself the way you believe. All right, so the third one is you are reaching at your twin and they're not responding. So you're reaching out via social media, or maybe you're, hang out with them a lot, or even if you're just the first one to text them all the time, that sort of thing. And they're not responding, or they're not responding in the way you want. All right, so what is happening? Your twin is pulling back from you because you are trying to take from them in some way. So there's some gap that you have. And as you reach out to them to try to fill that gap, they are actually pulling away at the same time. This is because a twin is not meant to fill your needs. They're meant to show you your needs so that you can heal it yourself. So the deal here is that you are not able to take from your twin because you're not able to take from yourself. You can only give to yourself. And think about that, because, probably the reason that you're reaching out to them and the reason it's bothering you is because you want them to fill that need. But if this is yourself outside of you, then how can you take something from them that they don't actually even have, because you don't have it? And it's interesting. So it's like if you don't have any bananas and you go to someone who is you and say, I need some bananas from you, they're going to be like, I don't have any bananas either. Like, sorry. So you can't take from yourself. You can only give to yourself. So if you gave yourself a banana, then your twin would have a banana. So when you're like, I need a banana, your twin's like, I have bananas. And this is not, just to be clear, this is not a sexual joke. I'm talking about the fruit specifically. So bananas are fruit. Don't go there. So they won't give you what you can't give to yourself. This is a really important part of the mirroring, that they will never give you something that you can't give to yourself. And so you need to look at what that reaching out, what are you trying to get from your twin? And then you need to give it to yourself. So choose yourself, give yourself what you need. Then it's going to be reflected back in your twin rather than you kind of reaching at their energy trying to get it. So I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know if it was helpful to you, and also what insights did you have from this. And you can feel free to share that in your in this posting in the comments section. So share your upset, your story, or your results. If you are interested in any healing tools, go to cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. And if you watch my YouTube channel or you listen to my podcast regularly, you kind of know all the different ones I have. I have a number of them. So the Core Wound Wheel is one, the Reflection Journaling Practice. And I have them all at that cardreadingqueen.com/freebies website. And so these different tools could be helpful to you. And maybe only one resonates with you. That's totally fine. Whatever works for you. But definitely check it out. Again, cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. Additionally, if you enjoyed this content, check out my book, Your Twin Soul Journey. It's a guide to experience eternal, unconditional, harmonious, embodied love and union with your divine partner. And you can learn more about it at cardreadingqueen.com/twin soul journey. So in this book, I talk a lot about just different aspects of the twin soul journey, similar to this content. I go through lots of Q&A about these different challenges you may be facing, explaining the twin soul mirroring in more detail. That's one of the chapters, and it's just a great book if you want to really dive deeper into this journey. That's all for me. I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for consuming this content and sticking with me. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.